A major shakeup has hit the Department of Justice. Ed Martin has been removed from his leadership role in the Weaponization Working Group, a move that has sent shockwaves through the department and beyond. The decision was announced late last week, catching many by surprise and sparking immediate speculation about what led to his abrupt departure. This internal panel, created to investigate claims of political misuse of federal law enforcement, has become a lightning rod in Washington. Its work has drawn intense scrutiny from lawmakers, advocacy groups, and the public, all eager to see how the DOJ handles such sensitive allegations. Martin's ouster on February 2, 2026, comes as the group ramps up its activity, intensifying scrutiny of both its mission and its methods. The timing couldn't be more critical, as the group faces mounting pressure to deliver results and maintain transparency. The move follows a series of controversial actions by Martin that drew criticism from public officials and raised questions about the group's impartiality. Some insiders say his leadership style created friction, while others argue he was simply caught in the crossfire of political battles. This isn't just a personnel change, it's a flashpoint in the ongoing debate over power, accountability, and the politicization of justice. The stakes are high, and the outcome could shape the DOJ's direction for years to come. We'll break down who Ed Martin is, why his removal matters, and what it means for the DOJ's credibility. Understanding the context behind this decision is crucial for anyone following the future of American law enforcement. The story of Martin's exit is a window into the blurred lines between law and politics in America today, revealing just how complex and contentious the pursuit of justice can be in a deeply divided nation. To understand the impact of Martin's removal, we need to know who he is. Ed Martin is not just another name in the headlines. His career has been marked by high-profile cases and bold moves that have drawn both praise and criticism. Martin, a former defense attorney with deep ties to Trump-era legal circles, represented several clients charged in the January 6 Capitol riot. His legal acumen and willingness to take on controversial cases quickly made him a recognizable figure in Washington's legal community. His political connections led to a rapid rise. Trump nominated him as U.S. Attorney for D.C. in 2025, but the Senate blocked the appointment after heated debate. The nomination process itself became a flashpoint, highlighting the deep divisions over his record and approach. Undeterred, Martin was soon appointed as U.S. Pardon Attorney and Director of the Weaponization Working Group, two powerful roles at the Department of Justice that placed him at the center of national controversy. As pardon attorney, he reviews clemency applications and advises the White House, wielding significant influence over presidential pardons. His recommendations have shaped the fate of dozens of high-profile cases, making his judgment a matter of public debate. Simultaneously, he led the working group investigating alleged political bias in federal law enforcement, a role that put him at odds with many career officials and advocacy groups. This dual role made him a central and controversial figure in the administration's efforts to challenge both past and present DOJ investigations. Drawing intense media scrutiny and public debate, his leadership style, marked by assertiveness and a willingness to confront institutional norms, set the stage for the current controversy and left a lasting mark on the Justice Department. The Weaponization Working Group was established in 2025 to investigate claims that federal law enforcement has been used for political ends. Its creation followed months of heated debate in Congress, with lawmakers from both parties expressing concerns about the impartiality of federal agencies. Its mission, review past cases, ongoing investigations, and internal procedures for evidence of political bias or misconduct, has placed it at the center of national attention. The group is tasked with combing through thousands of pages of documents, interviewing key officials, and scrutinizing decisions that have shaped recent history. Supporters see it as a necessary check on power, arguing that transparency is essential for democracy. Critics, however, call it a tool for political retribution, warning that it could undermine the independence of law enforcement. The group's work is highly sensitive, with the potential to relitigate closed cases and challenge the integrity of career prosecutors. many within the Justice Department are watching closely, concerned about the precedent this review might set for future investigations. Recently, the group has increased its meeting frequency, signaling a shift from preliminary reviews to deeper investigations. This change has drawn both praise and criticism from observers, as the stakes continue to rise. This escalation raises questions about its current targets and the urgency behind its work. Some speculate that new evidence or whistleblower testimony may have prompted the intensified scrutiny. The stakes are high. If the group uncovers real abuses, it could restore trust in federal institutions. But if it's misused, it could further damage the DOJ's credibility and deepen public mistrust. The debate over its purpose is central to the current political climate, reflecting broader questions about accountability, transparency, and the future of American democracy. Martin's removal was the result of mounting controversy over his conduct as director. His confrontational style blurred the line between official duties and political advocacy, often playing out on social media. In summer 2025, Martin was granted special authority to investigate mortgage fraud allegations against high-profile Democrats Letitia James and Adam Schiff, moves widely criticized as politically motivated. The situation escalated when Martin visited James's Brooklyn home, documenting the visit online in what many saw as an act of intimidation. He followed up with a confidential resignation letter to James, which he then posted publicly. These actions were condemned as unprofessional stunts, undermining the credibility of the working group. The public spectacle, rather than discreet investigation, became the final straw. On February 2, 2026, Martin was removed from the group's leadership. The defining incident in Martin's downfall was his public feud with Letitia James. In August 2025, Martin visited James's private residence, posting images online and justifying it as part of his investigation. The move broke with all professional protocols, appearing more as intimidation than legitimate inquiry. James's office denounced the visit as a made-for-media stunt, echoing widespread criticism. Martin's subsequent public posting of a confidential resignation letter to James further fueled outrage. These actions reinforced fears that the weaponization probe was itself being weaponized for political purposes. The DOJ ultimately decided Martin had crossed a line, prioritizing spectacle over substance. His removal was a direct response to these breaches of professional conduct. Despite his removal from the working group, Ed Martin remains a powerful figure at the DOJ. He continues as U.S. pardon attorney, reviewing clemency applications and advising the president, a role with significant influence. Martin also retains special prosecutorial authority to investigate Letitia James and Adam Schiff, a mandate not publicly rescinded. Critics argue these ongoing roles allow him to continue politically charged investigations, raising concerns about impartiality. The DOJ's decision to remove him from one post but not others highlights the complexity of his position. Martin's story is far from over. His actions in these roles will continue to shape the department's reputation. The administration appears to value his work on targeted fronts, even as it distances itself from his public theatrics. The balance between discipline and political loyalty remains unresolved. As Martin exits, the Weaponization Working Group is ramping up its operations, aiming for daily meetings. This shift signals a move from setup to active investigation, with the panel digging into specific cases and evidence. The timing suggests the DOJ wants to accelerate findings, possibly to influence public opinion or justify further reforms. The group's increased activity may reflect pressure from the White House for quick results. Martin's removal could be a strategic effort to ensure the group's work is seen as credible and professional. A new leader may bring a more disciplined approach as the investigations intensify. The stakes are higher than ever, with the group's legitimacy and the DOJ's reputation on the line. The next phase will test whether the panel can deliver impartial justice or deepen political divides. Martin's removal has sparked reactions across the political spectrum. Critics see it as overdue, a necessary step to restore professionalism and curb politically motivated harassment. Some lawmakers feel vindicated, having warned about Martin's temperament and impartiality. Yet, his continued roles as pardon attorney and special prosecutor remain a concern for many. Supporters of the working group argue the change is strategic, aiming to protect the integrity of its mission. Others, however, view his ouster as a concession to political pressure, fearing the DOJ is backing down. The divide reflects broader tensions over how justice is administered in a polarized era. Ed Martin's removal marks a pivotal moment for the DOJ, signaling an attempt to restore professionalism amid political turmoil. While the department hopes to shore up credibility, critics argue the underlying mission remains politically charged. Martin's continued influence as pardon attorney and special prosecutor keeps concerns alive about impartiality. The central question, is the working group a genuine check on abuse, or a tool for political vendetta? For the public, trust in the DOJ is at stake, as partisan battles erode confidence in federal investigations. The new leader faces immense scrutiny, and the group's findings will be controversial no matter the outcome. This episode highlights the deep tensions in American politics, where government institutions are battlegrounds. Whether this move restores balance or deepens divides depends on the transparency and fairness of what comes next.